While. It's got really good music. Lots of people died in Switzerland. Rest in peace to Switzerland. I am Swiss. I'm normal. Risk rain. Yep, that should be Gucci. It's been a while since I played this. Let me advertise that we changed. Let me advertise that we changed the game chat. Yeah, I'm gonna let the game cut Simrak. I just wanna like post on bluesky.gov that we are switching the game up. Da. Give me a second. I forgot to pause the fucking thing. Right. Let's go rain too. It's random. It's pretty sunny outside today. Do you think this is funny, brother? Do you find it amusing? Mods, make that man watch the newly released Anaconda movie. Anyway, how are you doing, brother? How are you doing? It's been how was your New Year? Yeah, let me just do whatever, man. Let me just do what I kind of want to win the run, so I'm just gonna go like Huntress. I'm like, ooh wee. Well, I'm doing. How's your brand new year? I'm doing great. By the way, hold on. Let me pause the game because there's this announcement that you may have missed. I'm releasing gonna give it tips. He has left it off, and I feel great. That's great to hear. There's this announcement that I made. I think you might. I don't know if you missed, but no, give me a second. Yep, this is my new single / song that's coming out on January 16th. So be excited for that. Will you get a preview? Maybe. On January 16th, you get a new song. It's called Herald of Wormwood. I don't know if you can read it very well on the thing. I don't know if you can read it very well, but it's gonna come out on January 16th. Can't wait to hear. I hope you're excited. I'm gonna post like a little bit of snippets and previews this week. Ooh, Shrine of the Mountain. Better than no mountain. Better than no shrine or no mountain. Yeah, I hope you had a great new year. And congratulations on the 7th stream streak. I really gotta see if there's alerts for that. And if there are, then I gotta convert them. Oop. Honestly, I think playing Risk of Rain reminds me of kind of like made me like kind of aware of something that was going on with Megapunk. I know Megapunk is advertised as a 3D Vampire Survivors, and like lots of people call it 3D Vampire Survivors. But you wanna know what Megapunk really is? It's Risk of Rain without a fire. It's literally the Risk of Rain without a fire. You walk around, except the levels are procedurally generated instead of just instead of the levels being handcrafted like in this. It's not a bad game by any means. Au contrary, it is quite entertaining. I just do wish like the unlock conditions for Megapunk were a little bit less esoteric. Because Megapunk unlock conditions are like, do this thing with this weapon. On this stage with this character. And then you have to pay like Lord knows how many fucking monies to unlock them. I feel like that is the most annoying part of Megapunk, really. Having to do the achievement to unlock the character, and then actually like physically unlocking the character with your money. Helindron, save me. Save me. Oh, mama. It feels good to be back to Risk of Rain. And yes, chat, I do have all the expansions released, like the Survivor, like the Void, the Storm, and later the Ally. I'm still looking at the fact that the neighbors exclamation and I want to yell, "Ay carajo!" when I did. You really had to scare them real good for them to like switch to Spanish. That's how you know you really got him good. When you make somebody switch languages, you know they really got God. Hey, Chad, you heard me. They're Puerto Rican. Yep. No, especially a Puerto Rican. Because Puerto Ricans are like speaking Spanish, like speaking English 99% of the time. The rare case that they're speaking Spanish is when they're singing reggaeton or they're like super startled. But you gotta get the. It was completely unintentional, but it was still funny. True. And thankfully that never really happens to me. Every time I get scared, I manage to keep my cool and keep my nonchalant reactions. And therefore suffer no aura loss by speaking by remaining in English. There are rare phases where I switch to Spanish, but I feel like as the years come, you know, as the years go by, the more time passes, the more I am able to you know, still have my nonchalant reactions and like conserve aura. They're nice people. We had a little get together before them. They had Pegao. Ooh. I never actually had Pegao before, but it's like every time I hear about it, it sounds like really fucking good. Honestly, Pegao and tostones are something from Puerto Rican cuisine that I really want to try. We don't really have anything like those two. Like obviously we have like rice, and we have one or two recipes with like fried plantain. Yeah, it's basically super crispy rice. I really like it. I really like the idea. We obviously do have like a few recipes, like a lot of recipes with rice. One or two of them do include, you know, rice that you can cook overcook a little bit. But not quite to the extent of Pegao. Yeah, it's super delicious. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like that. Like soup, crispy rice? Who the hell is gonna say no to crispy rice? There's a reason people love Rice Krispies. Now I'm not Rice Krispies, but if they were savory and like had all these super good spices, it's basically having. It's basically a guaranteed recipe for success. And again, the other thing that I did want to try from Puerto Rican cuisine, tostones. They're kind of like this little like it's kind of like if you just mash a slice of you know, of plantain, and then you fry it, and then serve it up with some, you know, it's kind of like a tortilla to wrap some meat, some stuffing on the inside. That I really want to try. It had something similar, but we didn't really, I really couldn't get them crispy enough. Anyway, let me get these two wandering vagrants. Thankfully, I can just do this. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, diría el reggaetón. Ow. I'm getting their asses, chat. Were we not? Ah, fuck. I'm not gonna die, chat. It's too early for me to die. And then I died. Bravo. Okay, maybe I got too cocky and got the Shrine of the Mountain. Got like too cocky to hit the Shrine of the Mountain. My first run, my first run. So let's just do what we can. Oh, the juice. What the fuck is up with this thing, man? Let me get its ass. So, batería y reggaeton. Ow. Might be getting my ass beat a little bit too hard, I fear. Nothing that, you know, just having that dog in me won't suffice. Oh, batería y reggaeton. See, now this talk about Puerto Rico got me steaming to Bad Bunny. You might be asking, no Cruz Carmelione, what's that song that you're steaming to? It's El Apagón by Bad Bunny. I don't really good. Probably one of my favorites off of what was it called? Eclipse Light. Oh fuck, you know, not debí tirar más fotos, debí tirar más fotos is the most recent one. I'm talking about fucking... Ah! Un verano sin ti. Un verano sin ti, yeah. Shrine of Combat, give me. Where the fuck is Buffalo here? In my ass. A third, no, not that Elven? Okay then, keep your secrets. Interior reggaeton. But yeah, chat, in terms of music, again, I've been listening a lot to Artcore. Which, if you were not here at the beginning of the stream, Artcore is kind of like rhythm game music, but it's mostly distinguished by a combination of hardcore EDM, like jungle, breakcore, sometimes even gabber, really. But those kinds of, you know, those kinds of genres, but with a, what is it called? With like a neoclassical sensibility. Like, it's also known as Renaissance hardcore. It's also kind of known as Renaissance hardcore, but the meaning is the same. The stylistical influences are like stuff you like, Bach, Beethoven, Vivaldi, type shit. Be like pretty much anything before the Romanticism period in classical music. But also you combine it with, again, hardcore, gabber, now and then. You're familiar with that one Beethoven virus song? It's kind of like that, but more hardcore. More, little bit. Yeah, that's interesting. It's really interesting, actually. There's a page on the Aesthetics Wiki about it, and again, it's a genre that I'm really experimenting on. I don't know. I don't know if the song that I wrote fits in the genre just yet, but it is something that I did have in mind when I was composing. Features a lot of, specifically like violins, pianos, lots of arpeggios. Everybody loves arpeggios in this genre. Anyway, let's try and see what else other sort of chest might be here. Nothing, huh? Absolutely nothing. I'm definitely, I don't want to say new hyperfixation, but it's a kind of a new hyperfixation. I was trying to making some like funk rock, but I don't really know how I feel about that one. It's mostly because I didn't even know how it started doing this. Oh, War Banner. Useful if I ever level up a lot. It's actually one of those that is really good to have early rather than late. Because you have a War Banner early, you start fucking dropping shits. Like my baby by the hand. Let's see what's this. Ah shit, all the shape up of. Like my baby by the hand. That's awesome. There. I'm so in place. In a dance holidays. When I, you, and everyone we knew to believe through and sharing what was true, I'd say. Dance holidays, love. Yeah, also in terms of music, I also, just released a new album this year. And by this year, I mean 2026, because I literally was like sitting on YouTube at like 11 p.m. and I was like, what is this New Year's thing? And then I look up, there's like a bunch of New Year's tracks, and I decided to track them down. They were like, oh, it's like a new project, Kleinkunst. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. When does it come out? And they like look it up, and it's expected to come out on the 16th, on the January 1st, 2026. And I'm like, hey, that's today. Oh, that was today. Ow. And yeah, it's very fun. As expected of yours, it does have the dumb onion song. Like, it is literally called Funny Onion Song. It was like that. I don't know if you heard it, because there was this little trend on TikTok where people danced to this song that went like onion, like that's just. And apparently it was a thing way from Super way before fucking Unity was a thing. I don't know what he got in there. Maybe it's just like a series of scraps. But for a series of scraps, it's pretty good. He also has like a bunch of songs that are like very obviously like significantly more recent because there are like Latinish inspired because he's going to do like he's doing like Latin America tour this year. He's coming to Mexico. I'll see if it'll be possible for me to get some Just tickets. But I don't know because it's like relatively soon. It's kind of like March. I don't know if I'll be able to get tickets and money and all of that, especially if I want to save for November when it's the usual fighting game tournament that I go to. But I mean, the one thing that I'm not afraid is of the fucking tickets running out. It's not like there's a lot of Just fans in fucking Mexico. It's not like he's playing at like the fucking best-selling stadium. He's playing like the fuck-ass sports bar in the middle of some middle fuck-ass nowhere. The Latin lingo. Anyway, let's get this shit. Crazy shit, some crazy shit. Next level, baby. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Wetland aspects. Rehabilitation zone. Oh, there's a healing thing here. There's another one there. Whew. More than that, I mean, I've been having my dinner. My little bit of leftovers from the New Year's dinner. Which was, actually, it was a really good thing. Like, Mama's Carmelian tried cooking brisket. Obviously, it didn't come as soft as it probably should, because it was now the hell I describe it. It was cooked in a pressure cooker, right? And like the proper way, which is smoked. I mean, in terms of taste, it was really good because it was like properly, marinated and shit. It's hard to fuck that up. Hard to fuck up the taste. The texture is the hard part, really. There was also, oh yeah, we also had some like spinach lasagna. Good shit. Really liked it. Enough gold. Quiero, te amo, el crazy gringo, Cinco de Mayo. This is the Latin lingo. Yeah, that's another Just song. It came out this year and it was called Latin Gabber. By this year I mean last year. And I didn't expect that there's gonna be like a new Just project. I just didn't expect it to literally come out on January 1st of the fucking new year. But hey, new music is always welcome. Especially if it's good music. I would love Just. What else, Chad? What else am I missing that it could be, discussed? I don't know, Chad. Oh yeah, I was talking about the games that I do want to play. And obviously this year, I am gonna play Romeo vs. Deadman, I'm gonna play Bloodstain, I'm gonna play Mariachi Legends. For another game that I do want to play is Palworld. Maybe not like super religiously or like on stream, but I do want to play Palworld. It's a really good game, I hear. Especially now that they had the Ultra Q collab in there, which is really fucking funny for some reason. Anyway, let's go out here and, like, you know, get moving. See where the fucking thing is. And the fucking altar is. Quiero, te amo, el precio gringo, 5 de mayo. This is the Latin lingo. Where the fuck is the teleporter? Where is this fucking teleporter, bro? I'm losing my mind. 5 de mayo. This is the Latin lingo. Ow. Also, yeah, really, after these 3 months, I'm probably gonna be catching up with Kamen Rider sets. And I'm gonna use the time to, like, the free time at work that I have from now on, because like January is like a little bit of a slow season. To also catch up with other Kamen Rider shows. Probably then, oh. I don't like Kamen Rider. I don't like Kamen Rider, but there's a few shows that I have not seen. Mostly then, O's. Drive I've left in the middle. Same as O's. Then no, I didn't even start. There's a few ones from the Reiwa era that I didn't really touch other than 01. I tried to watch Saber, but dropped it because I've been obviously of a real chat. I was not liking a lot. Maybe it got better way down the line, but the beginning was a little bit rough. Hey, thank you for the raid, Hazel Juniper. Hold on. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Oh, shout out Hazel Juniper. Everybody go check out my acquaintance of the channel. I didn't write shout out. Hold on, give me a second. I wrote shout out. There we go. Shout out. Streaming Katamari the massive reroll. How was Katamari, Hazel or Juniper? Which one do you rather go by, Hazel or Juniper? Either way, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for bringing your audience to me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good horror hell time is under wherever you're living. Hey there, boys, it's me, Demon, Dr. Carmen Leone, Hell's musician turned VTuber because the kids don't sell their soul to the devil no more. And we're playing Risk of Rain. First time playing, it was fun, and Hazel is fine. Okay. And Katamari is a great game. I remember I played it back on the PS2. It's really fun. It's really fun and unique, and I wish there was something a little bit more like that nowadays. Other than, you know, all the other games like Keita Takahashi, which haven't really been selling well. Like, no diss to the man, but I feel like he peaked with Katamari. And again, he's like a weird, more of an artiste, you know? More of an auteur. He has like crazy ideas and he wants to work on them. And unfortunately, not every man who is blessed with crazy ideas is also blessed with the ability to make successful commercial projects. Some of us just end up as torture geniuses, living outside the mainstream and being forced to work normal 9-to-5 jobs. And that is okay. It's not what everybody's made for. Either way, I hope you had a great stream, Hazel. Nobody wants to put money into experimental things anymore, yeah. But again, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Nobody wants to put... actually, it's more of a self-fulfilling prophecy when you think about it. Nobody wants to put money into experimental things because nobody wants to make experimental things because they don't make money. You wanna do a little bit of the... You wanna do it, but there's no... You know, there's no affordability in doing it because nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to take risk anymore in this day and age. Now where the fuck is this teleporter? I believe that'll be the thing that gives me a map. True, Katamari is a rare hit for that thing. Yep. It was a... I don't want to call it a one-hit wonder because I don't think it's necessarily like that it works in the same way as it does in music. But Katamari is just something so special and that it's just such an easy... It's just such an easy to grasp concept. You have a ball and you roll stuff into it. You make the ball grow. And then your goal in every level is just to make the ball grow bigger. And the bigger you are, the more things you can roll into it. While also listening to some of the greatest fucking music you've ever heard in your entire life. God, that soundtrack is so good! Don't you agree, Hazel? Isn't the Katamari soundtrack such a good thing? Personally, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. And I say this as a musician. It is one of those rare games that I'm like, I wish I could just not play it and just listen to the music. That and Symphony of the Night are the... I know, there's a lot actually, but those are the first two that come to mind. Katamari Damacy, Symphony of the Night are two games. I will listen to it, not playing to X. That's what I'm saying. I will just like turn on the game, listen to the music without like actually playing the game because it's... I don't want it to take away from the experience of listening to the... Oh, the Genesis loop. I don't want to like, you know, take away from the music because it's so fucking beautiful. Like, granted, not every fucking song is really good, but everybody knows like... I don't know, man. There's a lot of songs in that game for everybody. And I feel like that's what makes the soundtrack beautiful. It's so diverse. There's so much songs, and even within an individual level, you end up listening to so much music that you don't even get tired of it. I really gotta put Katamari on the stream, the potential stream list. It's a game that I really like. They were really good for stream because there's like there's objectives, and yes, there's some like there's objectives to complete, and it is obviously not a walk in the park, but it is also not what you'd call like a super demanding game in terms of attention span necessarily. You don't have to be like, oh, chat, should I grab this thing that increases my attack by 1.2% when I'm standing in poison water and doing an attack roll? Or should I get the other thing that increases my fire resistance, but only if it's like a blue moon? You don't have to worry about that. You just go you just roll. It was great for streaming because you had to let me engage in chat a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a game that you can just not necessarily turn off your brain to, because obviously there is still some... There's still some stuff that you need to concentrate for. It's not like a free... Oh, I just turned on my brain and just... Yep. But it's... There is an objective, but there is not a lot of... high level thinking to be involved, you know? It's a lot more instinct, a lot more... Yeah. It's one of those games that Northern Lion would enjoy a lot if it were just a roguelike of sorts. Which is really used for stream. Kinda like this, but... Yeah, but great game, Katamari. And yeah, by the way, so if you need to raid and run, you need to step away, take a break, because I know streaming is tiring. Especially if you're talking to an audience or no audience, you're just like, you're like me. and you just create multiple situations in your head to talk about. It's also tiring. So if you need to step away and rest, take a break, get a snack, go to sleep, that's perfectly understandable. But I do hope you had a great stream, and thank you so much for trusting your audience to be with, trusting me with your audience is what I'm trying to say. I'll have to grab some food so I lurk. Okay, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your time here. Thank you for the lurk. Meanwhile, I'll still be here yapping, because yapping is what I do. It is my special. It's what I do the best, what I do the most. It's what we do in this house. We yap. Boy, did I really run out of topics quickly. That's okay. Something will come up. Something will. I just need to make up a guy to get mad in. I need to make up a guy in my head to get mad at. So. Did I tell you guys that I heard the most atrocious song ever the other day? I was talking with a friend of the channel, Internet Rain, and she shared with me a TikTok, and it had like the most abominable fucking thing I ever heard. It's a song by Sleep Token. It's a cover of Outkast's Hey Ya, but it's a sad piano ballad. With all that implies. And I'm like, I don't know how you can make some, like, I know that it's very hard to make a song so completely aberrant. Really? Yeah, it's atrocious. Look it up at your own discretion. Look it up at your own discretion, because I do not recommend listening to this shit. Look up Sleep Token, Hey Ya, and I'm like, ooh, resonance disc. Damn it, got nothing. It is just so fucking abominable. I don't know. Like, obviously I didn't listen to it in full because I value my sanity. But my main question that I really do want to know is how the fuck does he handle the... How the fuck does one handle the pretty fucking obvious intent of Hey Ya? Which, if you're not aware, Chad, Hey Ya by Outkast, despite the rhythm and Andre 3000 going nuts with it, not like the what's cool to be cool? Ice Skull! I said what's cool to be cool? Ice Skull! Alright. So out of that part, and I shake it like a Polaroid picture. It's obviously intended to be a very danceable song, and the song itself acknowledges it, despite the nature of the lyrics, which are a breakup song. It's Andrew singing to like a girl and like, yeah, our relationship has gone to the shit. We should probably just break up because love isn't real or something like that. It's a good song. Everybody loves Hey Ya. But the specific point of the song is the contrast between the lyrics and the beat. So by taking away the contrast and making the beat and the lyrics in the same frequency, removing the dissonance, first of all, that is just a straight up fucking admission of having no media literacy. Second of all, it's fucking atrocious. Why the hell would you do this? Like, taking out obviously the failure of media literacy that is. Oh yeah, this song that was obviously intended to be happy but with sad lyrics. Yeah, we made it sad. It's just an atrocious cover all around. Like straight up. I think it might be one of the worst fucking songs ever. I think it might be Drone Train. Like, Chad, I think we're all familiar with my hatred of fucking Train's Hey Soul Sister. Which I feel is just has no redeemable qualities. But I feel like at least as disingenuous as it is to hear John Train, whatever the fuck his name is, try and hit up a black girl. Some covers just don't need to be. That's I mean, yeah. Some covers just like personally, I am all for any cover that is very obviously intended to be distinct from the original. Oh, defense nucleus. I'm all for any cover that is obviously intended to be different from the original. But it feels like... How do I describe it? Like, a good cover is not only distinct, but it still pays homage to... Like, exactly, yeah! Like, T-Pain's cover of Warpix. T-Pain's cover of Warpix is really good. Because it manages to turn one of the doom metal song of all time. Probably the actual first doom metal song in the genre. Like, generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Like that. It's a really great condemnation of the Vietnam War, or just war in general. And also just like an incredibly evocative song like evil minds that was destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. Oh yeah! The entire covers of Voice of Summer by Don Henley. I feel like one of my favorite covers. Like Basic Bitch Alert. I know, but like Hurt by Johnny Cash. I know. The most popular cover version of it, like the most popular cover song of all time. Really? When I look, it's the most popular cover song of all time for a reason, brother. Sometimes it just be like that. I know I'm not a base. That's the Guinness cover. It is. Because it not only does it so greatly understand the subject matter, which is like obviously this melancholic song about depression, especially it comes at the end of the fucking downward spiral, which is just one of the most miserable fucking, but miserable in a good way, like one of the most miserable in concept albums of all time. It's the moment at the end where the guy just has hit this fucking end point of depression. It's just like I literally hurt myself today to see if I still feel like the grand finale to cap the fucking saga of bullshit that he's subjected himself to. And Johnny Cash's version obviously still understands that, but also turns it way more melancholic, but in a more stripped down version. It understands and does intend what it wants to do, and it does something different. Now, if you want to know what is one of the other atrocious fucking covers that I don't really talk about, it's what's it called? Fucking Limp Bizkit's Behind Blue Eyes. What? Who the fuck keeps stealing my shit, brother? Give it back. Ah, the chance return. fuck a Steve. Missile drone, baby. Anyway, where should we go? Up here. But yeah, Behind Blue Eyes by Limp Bizkit, not good. Probably really one of the worst fucking things I ever heard, I ain't gonna lie. But I will say, I used to think it was one of the worst, but I realized after listening to fucking Sleep Token, I realized that I may have been too harsh on it. But I also that may be because Sleep Token is one of the most fucking abominable bands I ever fucking heard. I tried to listen to their song from their latest album, Caramel. Chad, I don't think I've ever heard the worst fucking thing in my entire life. Like, imagine everything wrong with modern metal music. And then imagine everything wrong with modern pop music. Now put two and two together, and it just turns into the most fucking insufferable thing you ever heard. I heard people describe them as metal for Disney adults, but I will also describe them as Imagine Dragons for people. I don't even know how to describe them. Like, I don't even know what to describe them, but I just know they're probably one of the worst fucking artists to ever grace the music industry. And I mean that with little exaggeration. Like, normally I'm a very live and let live type of guy with music, you know. Sometimes it pays. Sometimes it pays, because like I did not like Rosalia's latest album, but her previous album, Motomami. But her latest one looks beautiful. One of the masterpieces of the year, really. Not necessarily my on my top 10 of the year, but it is really good, and I think we should applaud it. But something like, I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh wait, this boss. Let me get this boss's ass. Oop, I'm halfway there. Oop, no, I live, baby. What the fuck did he heal himself so much? Why the fuck does he keep healing himself so much, Chad? Ah, it's dead. Damn it. Yeah, well, what it is. But yeah, Chad, not a big fan of Sleep Token. You might be like, wow, they can't be that bad. That means you haven't heard them. Hey, but I feel like there's too much in life to getting caught up in hatred. If you wanna hit like bands that you wanna hit bands that do blend up pop and like metal successfully, I will recommend something like What was it called? Violet Gold? Something like Bloodstained Child? Like, believe it or not, like, legitimately, when I first heard Sleep Token for the first time, my first thought was like, forgive me, Bloodstained Child. Perhaps I was too harsh with you. Like, yeah, sure, maybe like their brand of EDM and melodic death metal, maybe it's a little bit of a chocolate and cheese situation. But I will say, at no point are both of those two elements bad. Like, yeah, it is not, it's maybe, you know, maybe it is true. Melodic death metal and trance music do not mix very well, but I will say it is not terrible death metal and or terrible trance. They are both really good exponents of either genre. It's a bit of a hard sell, but it would not call them bad or an affront to music. As again, hold on, what is this? Let's enter this encrypted portal, I'm curious. Yeah, I will not call Bloodstained Child bad anymore. Primordial portal aligns with the moon. No, batería y reggaetón. Yeah, that is my gripe. That is my gripe with Sleep Token. I consider him the most abominable thing to ever exist. Oh shit, parents. The magma worm. He wears his sad safety pin to his backpack. His backpack is all that he knows. Searching for strangers whose glances can cripple the heart and devour the soul. All alone he turns to stone while holding his breath after death. Terrified, he walks inside to save his life. He crawls like a worm from a bird. Crawls like a worm from a bird. Don't ask why I'm swinging the used. At least be glad it wasn't fucking Pretty Handsome Awkward. Now that's a fucker. That's penis music, chat. That is a penile song. Pretty Handsome Awkward, but used. Every time emo, like pop punk / post-hardcore rockers in the mid 2000s tried to go sleazy with it, it was always penile of a sort. Will not recommend. I don't really like that. Yeah, songs like that, like Pretty Handsome Awkward. They feel like, what if we try to be normie as a joke? There are some exceptions. Like, you will think that One Republic's collaboration with Timbaland, like with Apologize, I think it was called, will be that, but it ended up being not bad at all. That reminds me, did you know that One Republic is still making music? Apparently they made a fucking song for Arknights on the Game Awards. I know because I was watching the Game Awards and I was like, yo, One Republic, why the hell are you still here? And chat, I have a confession to make. And I hope that it wasn't the only one. Chad, I want to know if I'm the only one on this. Back me up, please. It is very easy to confuse One Republic and Yellow Card. I refuse to elaborate. I refuse to elaborate. You know exactly what I fucking mean when I say that. It is very easy to confuse One Republic and Yellow Card. Ooh, Walker. Okay, now here's some good music. Like, listen to this shit, chat. Yeah, there's an ad coming up in 5 minutes, by the way, chat. Probably gonna run the ad, take a little break, come back to the game. You know the drill. I want to play a little bit, but maybe not too much. Who knows? Depends on how I feel. It's almost 5 p.m. and I don't want to end up like anything over 6. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Now here's where there's gonna be something. A child. Yeah. Die, child. The child leaves! Why? Die. There we go. Pulse go to increase movement speed. Good. What the fuck is the thing? You know the teleporter. That's a shrine of combat. I think I should activate it just for the love of the game. See, now that's what I like to call Val. This is the lead ball knowledge. Speaking of lead ball knowledge, oh yeah, by the way, chat, you saw the cover of the song that I'm releasing, like Herald of Wormwood. That doesn't mean that if I ever make a full album out of that, but honestly, I feel like I probably should on the TBH. Like, I get plenty of inspiration in my brain. That doesn't mean like that's gonna be like the whole fucking thing out. I plan on like actually commissioning somebody to draw something like that in the style, precisely in the style of hardcore album covers. Because there's a specific style. It's kind of like anime. Like, yes, obviously anime, but there are also lots of Baroque inspirations. Lots of space, lots of stuff like that. But I feel would be really good if I really want to like, you know, operate in the genre. Another thing that also I do get a lot of inspiration from in that song that I made is what was it called? Oh, here's the teleporter. And then let's see if we can do something with it. Let's activate the primordial teleporter, chat. Let's kill whoever fucks in here. Solo's control unit, huh? Focus. It's already halfway dead, brother. Whoa, whoa, leaving an a prayer, shake my hand, don't make it, I swear. Oh, oh, even on a prayer. Zed. How did I get a fucking death mark? Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get to the stage, to the moon, and then we're gonna call it shit. Never mind, I fucking died. Had time. I'm back. One either of the two characters, really. The operator, drone, school. I feel like I'm gonna try the Seeker or the operator. Yeah, I'm gonna try the Seeker. I never actually played the Seeker. I hear like she's kind of they are kind of busted. At least I remember them being busted when the expansion first launched, but it also launched super broken. Because they moved the fucking development team from Ohupu to Gearbox. And as we all know, Gearbox is a bunch of not great programmers, as you may have seen from Borderlands 3. But yeah, welcome back from the ads, everybody. Did you have a good time? Yeah, I forgot that you can do that. Yeah, and I feel like the Survivor, the Seeker is kind of busted because you can just do this. Let's say that ability consumes a little bit too much health for my taste. I feel like I should not overuse it. Well, here's a teleporter. Which is good news for people who love bad news, like Modest Mouse. You guys fuck with Modest Mouse? I am neutral on them. I'm not a big fan of, you know, good news for people who love bad news, or the ship was sinking, we were sober, or like really, and I'm generally just a fan of the moon and Antarctica. So it's such a good album, the Moon and Antarctica, man. There's a certain wintry atmosphere to it that I feel like not Modest Mouse. What about Conceited Rat? You're going to kill me one of these days, I swear to God, brother. Conceited? Wait. I know exactly what fucking Conceited Rat is. Conceited Rat is the JoJo localization name for Modest Mouse if it was a stand. That is exactly what Conceited Rat is, bro. I didn't even think of that. See, that is because I have elite ball knowledge. God, speaking of JoJo, I'm so fucking excited for part 7. I just wanna wake up on a Friday. Consider it's the opposite of Modest though. What about Humble? It will be Humble Rat. If Modest Mouse was a standing JoJo, it would be Humble Rat. Same brain exactly. No, but for real though, I'm so fucking excited for part 7, man. What I wanna do is that I wake up on a Friday this year. I see an upload from I see that Netflix has posted that episode 1 of Steel Ball Run is here. I check my my streaming website of usage, and then there is just episode 1. If I turn in there and I see more than 1 episode, let alone more than 3, I'm going to commit a crime. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the entire JoJo fanbase is in agreement with me. JoJo Fridays are an essential part of the experience. Like, more power to you if you wanna binge it. But watching the shit week by week, waiting to see the day they're animating the next part of the fucking thing, is the intended experience. I'm pretty sure that Araki himself thinks the same. But again, I feel like I'm treading too much upon the territory that my favorite content creators already tread. And like Wooly already said, I will lose the white man's money to fund part 7. God, it does look so good though. Like, obviously the horse is like CGI, but it's not so heavy or so blatant where I'm like worried. I do feel a little bit of wackiness. The fact that Diego's voice actor is not Takahito Koyasu. But, there's still something down the line where they may surprise us. I wanna say, but I feel like part of his deal as a character is the fact that Diego is just very much intended to be Dio. But what if Dio was not, a piece of shit? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows what they may do with it on the anime. I certainly know a lot of stuff because I've been knowing. Despite the fact that I say I don't know a lot. Sometimes I say I don't know and I've been knowing. Bongos. Man, I'm so fucking excited. I don't really watch anime. But JoJo and Chainsaw Man. Diego is not D enough for Koyasu. Yeah, could be. Oh, another Bongos. I mean, it could be such, but who am I to judge? Who are we to judge, chat? Is it the job of man to play God, or is it the job of man to play man? Are we human or are we the answer? What the fuck is the... Oh, there you are. Oh, you have to cast it over and over, huh? They froze me. Ah well. It is what it is. Oh shit! The Queen's Glen! Give me the Beetle Guard, baby! That's my boy! Yeah, every time you do this, you get a little bit of a buff. I wonder if that persists per stage though, because I don't know that. Lunar turret. Let's see if this persists between stages. If it doesn't, then fuck me, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to see if I can finish this round with this one at least. Wetland aspect, as opposed to the. Oh yeah, no, it does not persist. It does not persist between stages. I need to start the chain all over again. Thankfully, it's not that bad of a chain. It really bundles it. It really makes everything so fucking exhaustive, man. Why is he making those weird noises? Anyway. Yeah, I'm excited to fight 7. But again, now I don't really watch anime no more. That is probably the last thing that I'll go hype for, man. Why did I think he was jacking it? Why did I think like the Beetle guard was going like? Am I nuts? Or am I thinking too much? Let me have your health. Man, thankfully this shit is fucking easy. Let's get this bread. Bear. Change to block incoming damage. Thankfully that goes up to 7 stacks. But speaking of 7 stacks, one something I really got to do. Oh, his music was electric. Something I really want to do this new season, this new year, I mean, is listen to a little bit more music. Like, not necessarily, you know, music in the same genres that I'm saying, but more so music in the genres that I make music in, if you feel me. So I feel like I'm not getting educated enough in those, in like drum and bass, like jungle, especially in hardcore. Especially in hardcore thing, I feel like I feel like a bit of an intruder in those. Well, maybe not quite an intruder, but more like a. It's a bit of a natural reaction, you know. Man discovers new thing, decides to see more of the thing. I feel like this is just humanity at work. This is just human thought. I'm curious. What happens if I pop it again? Okay, the stacks don't disappear. Good. Because if the stacks disappeared, I would be so fucking mad, man. Oh. Give me Paul's hoof. I don't know who the fuck Paul is and why he has a gold hoof, but we take those. This is one of the rare games that does explain that stuff to you. Because there's a lore compendium. Well, I'll be damned if I take a look at there. We don't fucking read in this house, chat. We are illiterate. There is some media that I do want to get into this year though. Like, I started watching the Fallout show on the Christmas. And I want to watch a little bit more of that. like the first season. Although I do stand on my complaint by the fact that the TV show runs on a little bit too long. But again, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it produces a little bit of pacing, and it's certainly not conducive to the binge watching experience. That's about it. I'm pretty sure a more hardcore Fallout fan will have more grabs more grabs with it. But I'm simply not that anymore. I'm too on for those types of discussions. Now where the fuck is that goddamn teleporter? Where the fuck is that goddamn teleporter? Killing an enemy transfers debuffs to an enemy? Cool. Okay, that is actually really fucking good. Where the fuck is this teleporter? Chad? I fear that it may be this way. I would live in the reality where it was literally like behind the fucking plane. Okay, it was not here, but there is something here and I did not guess. Oh, it's just the fucking 3-pointed dagger spawner. Not particularly fast with it. Let me just keep advancing, romancing. Let me heal this fella. And I keep getting lost. Where the fuck is that goddamn teleporter, Chad? Yeah, I bet this is why fucking Northern Lion plays Isaac, man. He doesn't have to worry about this shit. He has a map on the fucking top left of the screen. But I, the humble Risk of Rain player, what do I get? I get shafted unless I have a specific unless I have a specific piece of equipment that lets me see where let me see the icons on the map, and then it only lasts for. Why are you fucking kidding me? It was here all along. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, Isaac players have it so fucking easy, chat. Dead. Oh, what is this? Yeah, I don't particularly want that one. I'm gonna follow the conductor, baby. Ooh, 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 that's really fucking good, actually. Ooh, baby, give me one more chance. Yeah, we're about done with this area, chat. I don't know why I spent so much fucking time getting lost in here. Probably because the fucker's teleporter was not easily visible. Easily visible. That's such a fun thing to say. Easily visible. I feel like that's like a perk name or something waiting to happen. I don't know. It also sounds like a children's book series, you know, kind of like Amelia Bedelia type shit. What the fuck do I know about children's media? I don't really fuck with that if it comes from Japan, baby. Because like, put me on to Kamen Rider, I'm absolutely fucking happy. You asked me to watch, I don't know, man. Fucking, I don't know. What do the kids watch nowadays? Superhero movies. I mean, yeah, some of them are alright, but I would not necessarily call them entertaining for long. Like, no disrespect to superhero movies, I'm sure they're well made and all. I just don't have it in me to care about them sometimes. Like, no disrespect, but cause I've seen some teasers for fucking Doomsday, the Avengers movie, Doomsday, and I'm like, man, I don't have it in me to care anymore about the Avengers. Just give me another self-contained story about it. I'm literally full nobody. Some literally who the list superhero that some people go crazy about, and I think will be really neat. No, I feel like people were bitching too much that those movies were not enough like comic books, and saw the Monkey's Paw Curl, and now they have to do the other comic book, the bad things about comic books that is like having to keep up with unrelated fucking series, and they don't actually care about. Just because there's some details that might pop up in their favorite superhero thing. And the fact that they have to watch so much different material just to understand the big fucking storyline. Some of which they may not care about, and it's been entirely produced by different writers. Cause that's the thing, Chad. Lots of people, everybody will tell you, oh man, I can't get into comic books, they're so hard to get into. They're lying. The hard part about comic books is not getting into them. They just ask people, hey, what's the good run? And you read it, and then you're like, oh cool, that was pretty cool. The hard part about comic books is keeping up with them. Cause like hell, even when I was fucking reading them casually, I was reading Ghost Rider. You know when that fucking Ghost Rider has in the middle of the fucking in the middle of the 90s run, there's this fucking crossover called Midnight Suns. Which is like a crossover of the fucking It's a quote unquote event that was held that's in the 90s, crossing many of the supernatural quote unquote serials at Marvel. Like for example, they have fucking Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Blade and his friends. There was a fucking Darkhold comic, I think. And they was just like, oh, you gotta read all of this to know about the Midnight Suns. And they all finished on fucking Ghost Rider's thing. And I'm like, that's neat, but why the fuck do I care? There was also one that was like... There was also another one that was like fucking... What's his name? No, it wasn't Johnny, because Johnny was not part of it in the 9. Johnny was not Ghost Rider in 19. Johnny, it was another one. Fucking Daniel Cage. It was Daniel Cage just going around the fucking country, and then he meets with the X-Men, and the X-Men are fighting this fucking Sting. And I'm like, that's plenty neat, but why the fuck do I need to read the the previous issue of the X-Men just to understand what the fuck Danny is doing with this shit. Shipping request forms. Ooh. It's Focusery of the highest order, chat. It's Focusery of the highest order because it basically wants you to go all in or no in. But what if I don't want to go all in, buddy? What if I was gonna go some in? I'm sure the X-Men are good. Like they have good storylines or whatever. But I'm not reading Ghost Rider to get into the fucking X-Men. I'm reading Ghost Rider because I want to read fucking Ghost Rider. You heard? You heard? Ah, yeah, the Glazen Strider, or as I like to call it, the Count Destroyer. Fucking hogging me, man. Oh, I don't want the quail. Yeah, baby, shipping request form. What the fuck is coming to me? Whatever, man. But yeah, I don't know, Chad. I don't know how to feel about comic books and comic book movies anymore. I fuck with some of them, I don't fuck with others. Some of them are cool, some of them are not cool. If you were to ask me about it, I would recommend just getting into... I would recommend just straight up fucking getting into music nowadays. TBH. There's so much good shit out there nowadays, and there's just... yeah. There's so much to do and so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? But I would say for this year, my recommendation so far is probably just album. It's called Kunstklein. I think it's called Kunstklein, which means little art. If my knowledge of German and or Germanic language is correct. Kill this fucker. Trying to visit with the All-Star reference. I have never been slick in my entire life. I don't know where you think. I don't know where you think you got the idea that I'm trying to ever be slick when I reference stuff. I'm trying to be the stickiest, the sticky ickiest. You didn't break the mold on that. No, I've never pretended to break the mold in my entire life. Because I am not a shooting star. But again, I had to tell you that, I don't know where the fuck I was going with the reference. Either way, I never pretended to be subtle with my references. I was like, yep, this is the thing that I'm referencing. I just straight up quote lyrics. And you may ask yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may ask yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Let the days go by, let the water hold me down. Let the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was, same as it ever was. You underestimate my love for Talking Heads, brother. Like, believe it or not, Talking Heads is probably my favorite music group. And David Byrne is probably my favorite musician, songwriter. I've read his book. I've listened to his solo work. It's just a peak. I granted, I'm not like, obviously there's some Talking Heads albums that I'm like not a super fan of because but I did listen to pretty much their almost their entire discography. I have like the I gotta say my three favorites pretty basic, but what are we if not basic? But again, critically acclaimed stuff is critically acclaimed for a reason. Sometimes. Like 57% of the time, critically acclaimed stuff is critically acclaimed for a reason. What I tell you. Remaining Light. Speaking in Tongues. What was the other one? Fear of Music. In that order. I feel like Talking Heads peaked when they started to incorporate funk influences and Afrobeat influences into their music. Like, not these two, more songs about beating some food. But the 3-album streak of Fear, Remain, and Speaking. Peak. Just straight up fucking peak music. Generational run, as the kids like to call it. Now, granted, you see them. Holy fucking shit, bro! Brilliant behemoth! Holy fucking shit, bro! We're saved. Side, the coin, the scythe. The sparkling golden sickle, rushes whispering in the air, hands little by little, and she's on and I'm through the ashes, and it's acting fair, and it's the anguish, I can something there. Welcome, please join the fair of failures. Living into the hall of pleasures. Right here's the act to kill. Was that it was going on? Live behind on the trail of winter. That time has come for me to go. I forget the rest of the lyrics. You may be wondering, Doctor Carmen Leone, why the hell are you so educated with me about music? I just listen to a lot of it. Ever since I was a kid, I've been listening a lot to music. Papa's Carmen Leone, I always had music going on. Probably again because he has probably because of the autism. He also has the same kind of autism I do, where we have to be listening to something constantly. Otherwise, the intrusive thoughts begin to act. But I tell you. But yeah, but because of that, I've always been listening to a lot of music, and he put me onto some great stuff. Really, he put me onto Black Sabbath. I want to say Bob Dylan, but that was actually my mom who put me onto Bob Dylan. And Alice Cooper. He also put me onto Alice Cooper. And what was the other one? The Muslim Soundgarden. I remember Soundgarden as well. Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt was probably the most important one. Probably, and it was probably like an incidental on the Black Sabbath thing. Because as you know, Tommy Iommi was inspired himself by Django Reinhardt after his injury at the factory, where he like built himself like a little prosthesis, like a little prosthetic, and then he started then he downtuned, changed his strings to some softer ones and downtuned them super hard, and that's why metal sounds like metal. Believe it or not, like, if you don't trust me, that's good enough. But this is legitimately the story of why metal sounds like metal. Tommy Iommi like literally injured his hand and had to adjust his playing method to. Had to adjust his playing method just so that he could, you know, play properly, and that ended up giving his guitar playing a lower sound and a different tone, and that what led to the evilness of the perceived evilness of Black Sabbath's tone at the time. But now looking at that, you might be thinking like Doctor's Chameleon. Is this really what people were afraid of back in the day? Trust me, Chad. People were afraid of a lot of things back in the day. Great grandparents were hearing the Beatles, listening to some twist and shout, and they were basically hearing the fucking equivalent of a fucking boresome. When you hear the Beatles singing Twist and Shout, or the Rolling Stones singing about like what was the song, that one song about from the Rolling Stones? Yeah, I don't know, Chad. I don't know much about the Rolling Stones. Like, I don't know, something off of their Satanic Majesty's Request, which despite the title is actually more psychedelic than anything. You might be like, oh, is there Satanic Majesty's Request? And they're doing the same, some fucking Aleister Crowley shit on the cover, and it's like also like, what's the proper word for that? Well, like if you tilt it, it's like a different picture, and now it is. There's a name for that, but it escapes me at the moment. That's really like illusion. I know it's not supposed to be holographic, but I like to call it holographic probably because it's like the closest reference I got. But either way, it has the album cover like that, and they're like sitting in that photo full of occult references, and it's literally called the Satanic Majesty's Request. And you might be forgiven for thinking they were harder than they actually were. But then you take a look at that, and nope, it's just like slightly friendly psychedelic rock. It's not even that heavy. People you had this, or I don't know, man. Yeah, yes, it is the time. I don't know if this is true, but I heard somebody saying that if you showed someone from like the fucking 70s some of the edgiest music of today, they will fucking die of a heart attack. But if you showed someone from the 90s the edgiest music of today, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's a pretty normal evolution, isn't it? And that also goes backwards. If you showed somebody like, so if you showed somebody from the 60s, if you showed somebody from the 50s the fucking Nirvana, they'd explode. But if you showed somebody from the 50s the Rolling Stones, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent, you know. It's a pretty decent evolution in rock and roll. Let's go downstairs, baby. Well, I feel like I may just be extrapolating my personal thoughts into that. I don't actually know. Maybe for all I know, if you showed somebody, maybe for all I know, if you showed somebody from the 70s, fucking, I don't know, man, fucking Despel Omega, they might like it. Who knows? Yeah, chat, I do fuck with Despel Omega. Fungus. Oh, where's the teleporter though? Yeah, we'll find it. But first I need to get this. Death mark, cool. Ah, here's the teleporter. Let's hit it, baby. Overloading Scorchworm. It's almost dead, bro. It is literally already dead. This character is busted. Oh, Will of the Wisp. Anyway, we have the final level left, but I don't know exactly where we're going. Because for all I know, that is a secondary. Because I've only played like the Survivors or the Void expansion. I didn't play the Seekers of the Storm or let alone Alloyed Collective. So this is all new and fancy to me. I only remember playing a little bit of Seekers of the Storm at launch and thinking that the game was a little busted. Anyway, on to the final stage, I think. Commencement. One of Petrichor 5. No, yeah, this is the fucking, what's his name? And now you get to listen to some fucking Kino chat. This is Con Lentitud Dolorosa. The final stage boss team. Look at my guy just fucking hustle. Guy, gal, person, character. So that is my guy. Oh, baby, energy drink. Sprint speed by 35. Gimme. Gimme a man after midnight. Da 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 da. Thankfully I can just fuck up these guys like this. Why? Because this character is busted. Yep. We'll have to see it. Now let's move forward, baby. There's a little 3 fucking shrines we have to deactivate and then go to the thing. And hopefully we can just do that. Yeah, you just gotta follow the little... You just gotta follow the little things. Like this thing. You activate the pillar, which is the what? The pillar of mass. Which is not particularly too hard to BH. You literally just sit here and farm kills. Man, it's been a while since I played this. What a great is, what a good is game. Oh no, my Beetle Guard. Hey, he's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But yeah, chat, yeah. I guess after I'm done with this, tomorrow we're gonna be playing some dango. No, there's 4 pillars. I remember in my time there were 3. But maybe that changed, or maybe they updated, or maybe I just have a man dildo effect, you know? Maybe I thought, oh, there were supposed to be 3. And there's actually 4. No? Maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe I'm normal. I don't know why I like to do the chat, I'm sorry. Forgive me for becoming the Joker. Not good thing I have the bongos and it all stacks, buddy. Pam pam pam. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. You might find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself behind. Nah, I forget exactly how Once in a Lifetime goes. You silly, you may think, Goku is Carmeleone. How do you forget the lyrics to Once in a Lifetime? I know them by vibes. I don't know them by heart. Are you solving? Water moving. There's water at the bottom of the ocean. We're about to hit the max level, max stacks in this, baby. Get a fucking speed. Look at that fucking speed, baby. I'm fucking swimming. There's... chat, can we get to the boss before the ads? Probably not. I do have 3 of the 4 pillars. You need to find the 4th one. I see the 4th one. Oh no, that requires for me to activate the thing. Yeah, we just go over there and charge the 4th pillar. I don't know what there's 2 lights over there really. There should only really be one. Mysterious. Truly the most mysterious of Jogos. Yeah, there's 2. I'm not nuts, right? Another mystery for me to solve. It looks like it's only just one. Crazy. The Pillar of Soul. How does this one work actually? It don't charge faster than the Pillar of Mass, which the other three were. Now what was it? Now we can finally activate and jump on those. Ah, congratulations on getting second, Pumpkin. Welcome. Hi, Dokuro. Hi, Pumpkin. I'm gonna see if I can get this guy in under 5 minutes. How are you? I'm about to fight the final boss of this. In the name of Dragon, the Beast, and the False Prophet, I'm ready. I'm ready. Lord Almighty, am I ready to take on this fuck guys? This fuckus guy. What's his name? Mithrix. King Nothing. Hey chat, we're already doing good. The thing that I fear the most is the second phase, when he starts to take away all your focus things. King or King Nothing? It says King of Nothing. But I you know how I like to reference music, chat. Where's your crown, King Nothing? It will not be a Dokuro stream if I did not reference a random song out of nowhere. The one I fear is the next phase again. We're almost there though. We're almost there. We're almost in the next phase. You just need to beat his focus ass. Phase 1 done? Oh wait, I remember this phase. The Lunar Chimera. You have to beat these mooks. Nothing too crazy. And thankfully easy for a guy like me with this character. Yeah, I'm about to fucking finish the run. She's really good for my first time, but I'm also, you know, when I see you type shit. If I really wanted to be that guy, I would have gone, probably let the difficulty gone up to ah ha 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 ha. Ow. Now I got my ass beat, chat. Wait, I survived! I had a resurrection! Never underestimate the power of me having that dog in me. No, I got my ass beat again. I got too cocky. Hey, we did it, I guess. We got far enough. I mean, just got to the manage it. Honestly,